Hey my loves, I'm super delighted to be showing you all my top 5 trading hairstyles that I made on my daughter in 2024. Or should I even say since I started styling her hair? Like these are my top 5 trading hairstyles. I boast about them. I am so proud of myself for being able to bring these styles to perfection. So if you want to see how I made these styles, you want to see how I was able to achieve them, why not keep on watching? And with no further ado, let us dive right in. So I'm starting off with the easiest, and from there we'll gradually diffuse into the toughest one. Are you ready? Okay, let's do this. As usual, I am working on a clean hair. We don't do no dirty hair here. If you have been following this channel, then you know the rules. You know the rules, okay? We don't play with that with clean. Okay, we don't deal with a hair that isn't clean. Okay, so I've moisturized her hair, I've prepped her hair. You know the drill. I don't want to go into all that because that's going to make the video longer than I want it to be. So I just scrap all the whole prepping stage. So I'm just sectioning. Okay, even though this sectioning stage is also part of prepping, but yeah, we'll just start it off here. This is like the easiest one. This will take you like, let's say 10 minutes to 20 minutes max if you're dealing with a very cranky child. 10 minutes is okay, but 20 minutes if you're dealing with, like I said. So I just did that. You see how jumbled that is. You need your kinky extension, you need your Afro kinky extension, you need your wool. You can use yarn wool for these, and you can also use Brazilian wool. For me, I use Brazilian wool, but anyone is perfect. So I just took a bunch, or let's say a piece, or yeah of the Afro kinky, and I braided that onto her hair. Okay, so I will go in with 2 strands of the Brazilian wool and start threading. Okay, you thread evenly. You don't want no gap in between. You want it to be as neat as possible. But one thing you have to put at the back of your mind is make sure there is no tension to the scalp. Okay, make sure there is no tension to the scalp. Even me, as someone who have done a bunch of trading hairstyles, I still make that mistake sometimes. Like I kind of forget myself, and I tend to grab tightly, but whenever I remember, I make sure to release my hand a little bit so there is no tension to the scalp. So you always have to have that at the back of your mind. No tension at all. Tension doesn't mean clean hair. Trust me, it doesn't. Just like this one, your hair can be very clean and also no tension, also not applying tension to the scalp, if that makes sense. So yeah, I am trading, as you guys can see. Just braid the wool, so rather braid the kinky extension onto the hair before you start threading. You need that kinky extension. This is not a situation of, oh, my child's hair is very thick, so I don't want to add any kinky. You need that or not or not or not, depending on the length of your child's hair. So let me not just generalize. Depending on the length, if your child have a very full and very long hair, you might probably not need the kinky. Okay, but for those of us who our child's hair is not as long, you need it. So yeah, here is what we're doing. You'll see what I've done so far. So you're just gonna do this all over. It doesn't take time, like I have said. You do that all over. For the middle part, which is where the bun will be, you don't necessarily want it to be very long compared to the front and the back, because the bun is going to be in the middle. So you just have to use your eyeball to measure everything, if that makes sense. And I'm cutting out the excess threading. Like, yeah, we're basically done. So I'm cutting out the excess threading. This is like a very, very easy hairstyle. I know I've said that a lot, but I just can't overemphasize how easy this hairstyle was. Adobe was very excited on the day I made her this style because of how easy. Like when I was done, I told her we're done. Like she was very surprised. She was literally surprised. That's to tell you how easy it was. So yeah, we're done with that part, and now I just took a scrunch, like an elastic band, and tying that all around. If you don't have no elastic band, just use a thread, like a Brazilian wool. Just cut out a piece and tie that. That is also okay. So if you want the fro to be very full, go ahead, pick up some strands of the Afro kinky and start tying it onto the thread, onto the threading. Yeah, onto the threading. Just tie it at the bone, that place. Tie as many as you can or as you want, depending on how full you want the Afro kinky to look like, or Afro bone, depending on how you want it to look like. Just keep on tying and tying until you get your desired size. Does that make any sense? And then go ahead, go in with your scissors and cut out the excess. You want this whole thing to look very neat. You want it to look very, demure. So you cut out the excess, make sure everything is equal, press it down, cut out, press it down until you achieve your desired length. And voila, this is it. Like, basically, this is it. There is no additional. Okay, there is additional for my part. If you want to add colors, I mean, you're dealing with a child, so they love colors, they love accessories. Go ahead, put on that accessories, and there your baby girl go, all looking all glamorous, looking all cute, all of that. I went ahead to lay down her edges, even though there was nothing much going on there. So disclaimer, before you go ahead and start saying, her edges are gone, this, this is an old video. Like I said, this is like one of my best of 2024 hairstyles. So it was made in 2024. At the time, Adobe hairline was going through a lot, and to be honest, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't usually notice when these things are occurring until I see a video. I play back an old video. That's how I usually notice her hairline. So pardon me, now her hairline is back to perfection, and I'm taking much more care of it so that situations like this doesn't occur. Anyways, we are done. Tell me, what do you think? You like it? Do you like it? Are you gonna be trying it out? So moving on to the next of my favorite hairstyles in 2024. This is another one. Like, this hairstyle literally blew up across all my socials. It blew up on Instagram, blew up on TikTok, blew up. Did it blow up on YouTube here? I think it did, just a little bit, not so much. But this hairstyle was everyone's favorite. Okay, a lot of persons love this hairstyle, and here is how I made it. So I am using young wool for this one, not Brazilian wool. You can use Brazilian wool if you want, but I decided to use young wool. And it's also easy. Like I told you all, we're gonna like gravitate into the how do I say it? Like, I'm gonna diffuse gradually into the toughest one. So this is another one that is easy. The first one we did is easier than this one, followed by this one. This is like a little bit easy. Let's say this is gonna take you like 30 minutes to 1 hour, depending on how fast you are, and also depending on how patient your child is, between 30 minutes to an hour. Okay, so starting off, I think I parted the hair into 5 lines. Okay, yeah, I think it was 5 lines, and for each line I parted in I don't know, I'm gonna explain it. Like, in each line I worked section by section. Let's say some of the line had like 5 threading, some have like 6. Like the one in the middle, I think it had like 6 or 7 or something. The one at the corner of her ear, close to her ear, had like 3 on each or 4 on each. You guys shall understand what I'm doing. Even though you don't understand what I'm explaining, you probably are seeing what I'm doing, and that's all that matters, right? So for each and every first one in any line, that is the only place I use the what's it called? Kinky, Afro kinky. That is the only place I braid with the Afro kinky. From the second one to the last one, I don't put Afro kinky. I don't add any more Afro kinky. You have to take note of this, okay? I should have said this earlier before if you understand that I was saying. But yeah, what I'm saying is, for every first trading that I do in every line, I start off with braiding with Afro kinky. I braid an Afro kinky onto her hair first before I start threading. Just like the first one you guys saw, I braid with Afro kinky before I start wrapping with thread with the wool. Yeah, so for this situation, I just thread for a little bit, leave it, and then from the second braid, the second threading rather, I just thread with a natural hair. I don't add no extension. I just use I thread with the wool. Okay, I don't add any other extension. Hope you guys are understanding me. Like, I should have explained this earlier, but you probably saw what I'm doing. Okay, let's take this for instance. I just put that. I start off by threading with 2 of the wool, and then I put the ends of the previous one that have the kinky, put it onto it, and I start threading together. easy peasy, just like that, just like that. Okay, so I'm gonna thread a little bit, not so long, just a little bit, and then tie it out, making sure it is well secure. You don't want to thread it all out because we want that puff at the back. Yeah, so this is the last line. Yeah, last line. So far we've done 4 lines, and this is the last one. Make sure you moisturize your hair before you start any threading. This is very important, so the hair doesn't dry out underneath, underneath the threading, if that makes sense, so the hair doesn't dry out. So I'll section out the part that I want to work on, take my kinky hair, okay, slick in the hair, use your gel, shine and jam, edge control, whatever, just stick the hair down, and then put my kinky hair onto it, braid it onto her hair, okay, just braid it onto her hair, trying as much as I can not to apply tension to the scalp, even though that didn't work out as much as I wanted it to. Anyways, I then went in with my yarn wool and I started threading. Okay, I will thread for a little bit. You're not gonna thread out, just a little bit you're gonna measure, like if you are new to this, you're just gonna put it backwards to measure the line of the next one, so you can know, okay, with this thing, get up to the next one. Hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. And yeah, for the second one, you just start off with the hair with the just extension, just the wool, okay. You start braiding with the wool just a little bit, and then you add this one to it, and you thread out together. You also do that for the third one and for the last one as well. You see that? Easy peasy. So you guys should just keep on watching, and I'll probably talk more later. So finally, I am done. That went by so fast. I am done cutting out the excess threadings on them, and I trimmed out just a little bit, not so much. We're gonna be doing more trimming later, but now just a little bit. And then I took a thread, just take a yarn wool or something, and you now tie the hair at this point. Okay, you now tie the hair so everything can look like, will be like it's on a particular position. Oh my god. So everything can just be together, okay, look like a bone. Yeah, everything will just be together, secure together. Make sure there is no tension to the back of her hair, like the nip of her hair. Yeah, and then I cut out the excess, and this was when I realized that the hair isn't as chunky, the fro isn't as chunky as I wanted it to be, and then I decided to add more kinky extensions. Okay, just like this, I just tie it out just like I did with the first one. We're gonna be repeating that here again. So you're just gonna put, close to the bun part. You don't want it to be all over the place because we want to achieve something like a bun. So I'm just gonna be putting and then tying out, pull and tie, put the kinky and tie out, pull the kinky and tie out, and now it's looking more voluminous. I want it to look more voluminous. It depends on what you want. If you don't want it to look as voluminous as this, you can, scrap this part. But if you want it to look even more, you can add more. Okay, it all depends on preference. And I went ahead to lay down her edges, and look at my girl. Okay, look at my girl. The hair came out gorgeous, came out looking so beautiful. I love how it turned out. I decided not to accessorize this one. I can't remember why, but yeah, I did it. And she was super excited with this one. She was super excited. When I showed her a mirror of what the hair looked like, she was just laughing and laughing. I don't know why she was just laughing that much, but she was super excited seeing the hairstyle. I love how it turned out. It looks so gorgeous. Let me know in the comment section, will you be trying out this one? And also do let me know, between this one and the first one, which of them have you tried out, and also which of them do you feel like is more easier? Anyways, we are finally done with this one, so we're gonna move on to the third one next. So for the third, this is what we'll be working with. Yes, clean hair. We don't joke with that, right? So I parted this thing at the middle. As you guys can see, I don't know what to call it, but just something there that I braided out. I also parted another bigger circle. Okay. And lastly, there is this one that's just there. I didn't need to part it out. Like, it just okay, the explanation sucked, but you guys shall understand what I meant. And I went ahead to partition the hair. I just wanted to get that out of the way so I don't have to be going back to parting the hair when I get into business. So I just did that, got that out of the way, and this is what we had. This is what I'll be working with. So I'll be using Brazilian wool for threading this particular one. And starting off with the first one, I just went ahead trying to freestyle with this one. See, usually whenever I'm starting off a new hair, the first one is usually out of the picture. Like, I don't hold the first one too hard because it's all about me trying out or experimenting something. So this first one, I just used a quantity of wool that normally I shouldn't have used. So, but I figured it didn't work, and I corrected my mistakes with the next one. Okay, so you guys are gonna see that out. You're gonna see how that played out, because this one, it didn't have weight to it. It was just soft, and I don't like my threading being soft. Like, not from the roots, the threading itself, the length itself, I don't like when it is soft. I don't like it. So that was the situation of the first one. Then I decided to switch it up. So moving on, what I did was, for each of the hair, I go in with 5 strands of the Brazilian wool. I braid that onto her hair. Okay, I put 5 strands of Brazilian wool, put it onto her hair and braid together. Just braid, so the wool can stick on the hair, nothing serious, just a little bit. And then I go in with 2 strands, or is that 3 strands? 2 strands. Okay, I go in with 2 strands and start threading. Okay, I start threading and trade. Just keep on trading till you get your desired length. Okay, for this situation, I just want it to be long. As you guys can see, they are not short, they are kind of long. So I'll just keep on trading. Whenever my wool gets exhausted, gets finished, I pick up more 2 strands, I add, and I continue with my trading. So this one is preferable to the first one I did, that I just went ahead and started trading with all of that wool. Okay, which gave me something that I didn't want. So take note of that. Take notes. Okay, so I'll just keep on with the process, keep on threading, braid onto the hair, and then thread, braid onto the hair, and then thread, and then I'm left with this last one. I'm going to repeat the same method. Okay, no, I didn't repeat the same method. I just went ahead and started threading this one. I didn't braid anything. I took 3 strands of the Brazilian wool and I started threading. 3 strands, not 2 strands. Okay, because for this one I didn't braid, so there is no extra hair, and that's because the size of the hair there is bigger than the rest. It's kind of more bulky than the rest, so I just figured, you know what, let's just keep the parts of braiding first. I went straight up to trading with 3 strands of the Brazilian wool. So this is what we're going to be doing next. We're going to be tucking this whole thing in. So this is the tricky part. I'm going to pay more attention to this stage than you did. If that makes sense, you're just gonna pay more attention, because this place is kind of tricky. Even for me, it was. So I tucked in till I get to a point where I feel like the hair isn't as long enough that it could be able to go round. So what I started doing was, I decided to start trading. Okay, I just wrapped it all around, so it would just be like a hole, a one so it will look like one. My explanation. So, but yeah, this is what we have. And now I'm gonna cut out the whole excess, because I don't want it to be as bulky as this one that I just wrapped together is. It looks very bulky, which I should have noticed earlier. Like, I should have cut out the excess so it doesn't feel bulky. But yeah, that has been done. So to prevent more of that from happening, I cut out the excess, and I started tucking in again. Okay, you're just gonna be tucking in, like in, everything is going inwardly, not outwardly. So as soon as you get to a point where you feel like some of the threading isn't as long again, you're gonna start threading again, like you thread all of them together so they will look like a whole, just one hole that you'll be working with. Does that make any sense? I am hoping it does. So yeah, I will just keep on watching this. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut so you guys can figure this out better than whatever I am saying right now. So finally, I am left with just this single one hole, which I will now insert into the beginning of where this whole thing started. Now it's looking like a round something. Let's say you're not the one that made the hair. You now start looking like, oh, where did this whole thing begin? Where did this whole circular thing begin? Where did this whole chain started? Yeah, this is the trick. Okay, you just put it, in somewhere and tie it onto something. Okay, tie it onto a threading. Make sure it is secured, and voila, that is basically it. Easy, right? Easy, right? Is kind of easy and also kind of not easy. It's just this whole part of, interlocking, chaining that makes it look tricky, but it's also not that difficult and also not that easy. Yeah. So it's just somewhere in between. I love how it turned out. You guys are seeing it. You see how cute it looks on Adobe. It just brought out her whole full frame. I also had to force an earring on her. This girl doesn't like wearing an earring, and thankfully I remember to wear her an earring on this day at this point of the review, because I can remember there is this hairstyle that you guys will see very soon. She wasn't wearing earring, and I am not happy. I'm not happy. Like earring would have made a lot of difference on that particular hair. But don't worry, you're gonna see it later. You see what I'm talking about. Anyways, yeah, this is it for the fourth one. Is it the fourth or the third one? I cannot even remember this. Okay, yeah, this is the third one. Yeah, this is the third one, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Rate it in the comment section. You're gonna choose at the end of this video which is your fave. Yeah. So moving on to the fourth one. We're starting off on a clean hair. I'm tired of saying that, but I'm gonna keep on saying it until people in the back will hear me. Okay. Anyways, I just parted the straight line in the middle, put one side aside, even though we're gonna come back to that middle later to part out like something else. I just want to go over to the side and do this right there. I parted an L shape over there, slick out the line with my shine and jam, obviously. And then I go in right back with my sectioning comb. But I don't want to cut it rat comb because it's actually not. But yeah, you can do this with ragtail comb. Anywho's, we've gotten that. Now I'm going to part in between just to have like two sides. Yeah, which I'll further go ahead to cornrow. We're gonna cornrow that all the way just to that ending part, like just within the L shape. If that makes sense, my explanation is going somehow and I don't like it. Anyways, now that we've gotten the cornrows out of the way, we're gonna move right into the middle. I did mention earlier that I was gonna come back to the center, to do something else. So initially I never planned on doing this cornrow at the center. I never had that in mind at all, but I just thought, why basic if I can be extra? So I then went ahead to part out like some hair from one side of the pattern and from some other hair from the other side of the pattern. I hope you guys are understanding me. At the end of the day, I just wanted to have some quantity of hair there that I could cornrow, so that way there is no longer like center pattern again. if that makes sense. Anyways, I controlled that and I went straight into trading. So you guys know how we do that. Use some strands of a Brazilian wool. By the way, we're using Brazilian wool here. Take some strands of Brazilian wool. Let's say I think I use 6 or 7. I can't remember honestly. So I take some strands, make sure I brush the hair in, and I added the end of those cornrow hair over here to the second threading. So I braided everything together before I took 2 strands of the Brazilian wool and started trading. So let me point this out. Even though I decide to tell you the quantity of wools, okay, I think I am using 3 wools to trade. That's not 2, that's 3. Anyways, like I was saying, even though I tell you, okay, this is the quantity of wool that I'm using to trade and you should use this, it doesn't necessarily matter. That is because, first of all Brazilian wool are not of the same weight. There are some that are very like thin, there are some that are kind of thick, there are some that are thin, and there are some that are thick, and all these weights of the Brazilian wool affect the outcome of the hair, okay? And also the texture of the hair, the density of the hair also comes into play. If the hair is very thick, you might not necessarily need a lot of Brazilian wool to be adding, and if the hair is not thick, I don't know, just like that. So just do what you feel like is best. Do the size you want for your hair. If your child's hair is like thin out, not like thick, you might need more Brazilian wool for that, okay? And if your child's hair is very thick, you might need less Brazilian wool. And also it goes to the Brazilian wool. If the Brazilian wool is thin, you might want to increase the quantity, and if it's thick, you might want to reduce the quantity. So just do what you feel like is best for your child's hair. At the end of the day, do what you feel like it will come out looking more better at the end of the day. So yeah, I am done with this side, okay, of the threading. I'm gonna move over to the other side where I will be doing cornrow and as well as the threading. So yeah. So we're done with that. I'm gonna cut out the excess. We don't need that. We don't want it to be bulky, even though I still feel like it will still come out looking bulky. I can't remember, but I think it did. Anyways, I cut out the excess. As you guys can see, like from the front it is longer, and the one at the back it is shorter, okay? Like I started building the length depending on the distance. That is because I considered how far the one at the front is gonna go before it to get to the back. I considered how far the second one after the first one at the front is gonna go before it to get to the back. All of these things I considered before trading. So you might want to also put that at the back of your mind, so that you don't go and be doing the same length of trading, you know, with everything the same length, and then the one at the front will not be able to get to the back. That's not gonna make sense, and I bet you don't want that to happen, right? So yeah, for this part, I talked it out. I did not talk it in like I did with the second style I made. Okay, no, the third style, the third trendy hairstyle, we talked the whole thing in. But for this one, I talked it out. I did not talk it in, okay? I talked it out and I did not talk it in. After everything, I threaded with Brazilian wool. I think 1 strand or 2 strands, any one you prefer, just do you, okay? I threaded that, and yeah, for the cornrow in the middle, you saw that I added that over there. Yep. And I'm gonna put all of these things in opposite direction. Put it in opposite direction, tie onto something, also a threading, the root of a threading, so it can be secured and doesn't loosen out. I also put this other one the same over there. You can stop here, okay? Trust me, you can stop here. I mean, as a matter of fact, I think I have a similar hairstyle like this where I just stopped here. I did not go any further. But for that one, I did not have anything in the middle. I didn't have that cornrow at the middle. So yeah. So you can stop here if you don't have the energy or if you don't want to do anything extra. But trust me, I love doing things extra. So what I did was I got my kinky hair. As you guys have noticed so far, we used lots of kinky hair for this particular, for all of this hairstyle series. Like most of these hairstyles in this video, I use lots of kinky hair. which I kind of like. By now, you've probably must have figured that I love kinky hairs. Anyways, I got my kinky hair and I started tying it onto the back. Just tie. You don't need nothing. Just tie. Very easy. Cut the kinky hair the length you want it to be. And I started tying till I get to the desired quantity I want to. You know how I want it to be big, whether I want it to be big or small. Just do the size you want it to be like. And I trimmed out this excess hair. I did all of that goodies. And the guys, tell me what you think. Look at how cute this hair turned out. Tell me, do you like it? I obviously like it. I love how this hairstyle turned out. There's just something spectacular about adding kinky hair to a trendy hairstyle. It makes it look extra. It gives it more quality. It makes it look more expensive. It makes it look more classy. It doesn't make it look basic. Like, it removes everything basic from the hair. That is, I'm telling you for real. Okay, trust me. Take it from me, from someone that have done loads of trendy hairstyles. There is a difference that kinky hair adds to trendy hairstyle. Anyways, while that is out of the way, we're moving forward, and finally, this is the last, that is the 5th hairstyle that I'm going to be showing you guys today, and I can't wait for you guys to see the steps and processes that that is involved in this one. Like I said, we'll diffuse from the easiest to the toughest, and I'm gonna tell you for a fact this is the toughest. Like, this is the toughest. You can't tell me nothing. So we started off on a clean hair and parting out. Okay, I don't know if I will be able to explain this last one, or I should just put a sound so you guys can watch, because my explanation is not even gonna be cutting it at all. And also, I am tired of talking. I've been talking for so long, for more than 30 minutes, and I want to give myself a break, so probably I'll just add the sounds to this part so you guys can see the process involving this one for yourself, because there's no explanation I'm going to give to this one. See, all this while I've been chewing my mouth, even for the easiest explanation, I've been chewing my mouth. So imagine how it will look like explaining this one. Okay, let it not look like I'm sounding like this one is so hard. So that you guys will be like, okay, I don't need to watch it. It's probably very hard. Trust me, it is not. I'm probably over exaggerating. You might find it easy. Everything is all about perspective. You might, watch this whole thing and be like, oh, this is actually the easiest. So it depends on perspective. I'm just speaking from my own perspective, what I just feel. So just watch and let me know what you think in the comment section. We're gonna give we're gonna compare these hairstyles in the comments. You're gonna tell me the easiest, number 1 easy, number 2, we're gonna do it like that, so I can know what you guys think, if it's different from how I think. Because I just felt, I don't know, but yeah, so just watch. I don't have much to say about this last one. I wish I do, but before I stop talking, I would like to point out that I am not adding any extra wool. The only wool I'm using is the one I am threading with. That is 2 strands. That is the only wool that I used in styling this hair. I think each and every single one of them. I did not braid before threading. I think I need to point that out. And by the way, I used leftover wool. I didn't have no wool at all, not Brazilian. I think these are young wool for that matter. So I had no wool at all. And that was what brought about this hairstyle. That was what brought all about this hairstyle into play. I needed to manage what I had, and I thought of something kind of complicated. But anyways, let me just allow you guys to watch, and I will talk more later. Anyways, before I stop talking, I want to appeal to you all to kindly give this video a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. Okay, it helps me out, and a lot of you I feel like a lot of you kind of get stingy with it, or you probably forget, which is why I want to remind you to give the video a thumbs up. In case you watch to this point, it means you love everything you have seen so far. So what more is there to say other than to remind you to give the video a thumbs up? And thank you for doing that. Okay, just watch. I'll catch up with you guys later. So I want to deviate a little bit from this video, talk about something else. Okay, so I was making Adobe's hair 2 days ago. A trendy hairstyle, by the way, which I haven't done since this year. Actually, I haven't threaded her hair since this year. Oh my god. Anyways, I was threading her hair 2 days ago, and almost her hair, the length of her hair, like I was trading and trading and trading and trading, and all the while I haven't exceeded the length of her hair. Like I kept on trading. I'm like, oh my god, her hair is still there. Oh my god, her hair is still there. It just made me realize how much this babe's hair is growing. Like every other day, I'm seeing her hair. I'm used to her hair. I actually don't realize, how much her hair has grown until that particular threading hairstyle, where I kept on threading, trying to cover up the length of her hair because I didn't want her hair to show. So the threading was just so long. I kept on threading, and the more I thread, the more I realized that her hair is long. Like the threading was so long. So watching all of this video right now and seeing the length of her hair in it, I'm like, oh my god, Adobe's hair has grown so well, so well, more than what I've seen right now. And it makes me so happy. It makes me so proud of myself that not only her hair not only is her hair growing longer, it's also growing very healthily. Like seeing how healthy her hair is today gladdens my heart. Okay, I can't wait for you guys to see that hairstyle, so stay tuned. It's definitely going to be the next style you've seen on this channel. The next hairstyle you'll be seeing on this channel. I don't mean the next video, because I'm thinking that there will be another video before that one, but the next hairstyle you'll be seeing on this channel is going to be that one. You're going to see the length of this girl's hair, and you'll be proud of me as well, just like I am proud of me. Back to the hair, this trendy hairstyle gives kind of like a basket vibe. It gives art. I mean, this hairstyle is artistry. I remember when I made this hair, I was super proud of the outcome. It looked very artistry. I don't know how to explain it, but you guys are probably see what I'm talking about. The whole interchanges here and there. I am sure by now you guys have figured out what I'm doing. It looks complex, but it's not that complex. It's easy. Okay, once you pay attention to details, you see what I'm doing, how I'm putting this whole thing, put the two ends of threading into one over there. Yeah, just like that. For this third row, I am not sharing into two and threading two different thing in there. For the third row, the third line, no, I didn't do that. I just trade once. Okay, just trade once for a very tad bit, a very little bit, and this is what we have. You see that it looks so cute. It looks so gorgeous. And for this last one on this end, because I don't have like two things, normally for the waist I added like two ends of threading to them, but for this last one, I mean, it's just one end that is remaining, so I'm just gonna put it over there and thread together just a little bit, because we're gonna be doing something else at that middle part, which you guys are gonna be seeing. But before that, I went ahead to cut out the excess thread. I cut out everything because I don't think we'll be needing it. Not I don't think, I didn't need them anymore. I didn't need them no more. So I went ahead, cut them all out. And I moisturized the hair. The remaining parts, we're going to be doing something else different. So I made sure to moisturize the ends of her hair. This moisturizing hair underneath threading is very important, even more important than cornrow, because I mean, you can always apply moisturizer on top of the cornrow any day, anytime you want, but it's not the same with threading. The hair is tucked in. Okay, so this middle part, we're gonna be doing something different. I did mention that earlier, and I'm not even trying to be very neat. I'm not trying to be tidy, because at this point I was so tired. Adobe was tired. We've been on this hair. The hair took longer than I anticipated. I didn't prepare for how long this hair took. It took longer than 3 hours, so we're tired. So I'm gonna start cornrowing and adding the ends of the end of the threading to the cornrow. Like I said, I wasn't trying to be neat or anything. I just want to hide the ends of the threading. Okay, and also just want to cornrow that middle part. So I'll just do that anyhow. Okay, and I'll come back later when I'm done. So now that the whole cornrows has been sorted out, this is the final stage. For that, I'll be needing, or rather, I'm using kinky again. Yes, kinky again. I know that's what you're already thinking, but yes, kinky again. So I'm gonna use crochet to crochet that onto that place. I'm gonna do that, like go overboard, go about it. However, you can go tiny. Just be careful. So I know you might probably be in a rush at this phase, but just be careful. Okay, you can use the crochet hair in form of tying it out, but it can be risky when you're taking it out. Okay, it can actually not be risky, because when you're taking it out, you just go for the corru, not the kinky. You don't want to save this kinky, seriously. You just go for the corru, take out the corru, and that way you're taking out the kinky. So you just tie it. Okay, you don't even need to start doing like the whole crocheting thing, nothing of, you know, all of that phase. You don't want to be doing. Just, you can tie if you want. At the end of the day, when you're taking it out, like I said, just take out the cornrows and the kinky will come off. Okay, so I started trimming it all out. Okay, and this hairstyle was already giving what it was supposed to give at this phase. At this phase, it was giving what it was supposed to give. So I did mention that there is this hairstyle where Adobe did not wear earring, and that kind of changed the vibe the hair could have give. And this is the hairstyle. I think I mentioned that earlier on in this video, that Adobe was wearing earring and it changed the vibe. This is the hairstyle. She wasn't wearing earring, and to crown it all, she was wearing this t-shirt, no feminine at all. The t-shirt looks masculine, and she wasn't wearing earring as well. So it just, I don't know, like I wish I can go back to this day, put this babes, put on some earrings on this girl's ear and remove this t-shirt she was wearing. Like, it could have given this hair a different look. The whole effort that I put it into this hair, it looked like I did not see it, but thanks be to God, for the ability to recreate, for the ability to create as much as possible. I can always do this another time. I promise you, we're gonna come back better. But all the same, the hair turned out very beautiful. I'm not even gonna lie, it turned out very good. And guys, we've come to the end of this video. Do let me know in the comments, which of this hairstyle have you tried out, and which of them do you feel like is the easiest and which is the toughest? Do let me know in the comment section. I'll be reading your comments and I'll be replying you all. I'm so happy that I did this. I got to finally do this. And trust me, when I say these are my top 5 hairstyles in 2024, believe me, these are my top 5 trending hairstyles. No kidding, no joking at all. See you all in my next one. Bye. Mwah. Over here, I can feel you over here. You take up every corner of me.